Hello, welcome to another installation of TechTalk. Yes, it is Friday again. Mikey Mike, hit the mic.
Righto. So, topic of today, already been given away. We probably should have had some sort of unveiling or something, but we've got Hayden on the meeting today. So it's going to be some questions thick and fast. Yeah, absolute pleasure to have you on, mate. It's something we've always spoken about. So, and Daniel said last week, well, let's stop talking about it and let's get him on.
Absolutely. It's about time.
Yeah, by the way, today, guys, it's St. Hayden's Day. Just so you all know.
Right. It's the man behind the scenes who's now shown his face.
That's right.
The holidays.
Tell us more. Tell you more. Well, about
welcome,
me.
Hayden.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Good to be on here. I've heard about this for a long time, so looking forward to it. Yeah. Long time listener, first time on. Whatever you want to call it.
Well, we actually got you here today, Hayden, because we're hoping that you could fix TechTalk for us.
Skill level just went up there.
Hey, Josh, how did you even employ this guy?
He was very, very, very hard to employ, to be honest with you. Took a long time. I think the only way that you can employ Hayden is to just keep on calling and 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 calling.
And then emergency stop.
But I know how to fix that.
That's pretty much how that happened, Daniel.
Okay. So you just worn him down before you employed him?
I think so.
Long before.
Well, why don't you give us a little bit of a spill of who you are, Hayden? How did you come into this concrete grinding and polishing industry and become the head? I wouldn't call you even a mechanic anymore because you don't...
Contract, please, come on.
Yeah.
Let's tell how it is.
He works on the whole machine now.
Look, I guess a bit of background for me. I many years ago worked for ProGrind on the tools doing polishing. So had a lot of experience with the machines out there, then moved across doing some demolition work, floor prep, things like that, self-leveling. So I've seen both sides, the polishing and floor leveling, laying, everything else. So you've got good experience in a whole lot. Hence a lot of the machine experience of breakdowns on site. So I know the drill with all these guys and the problems they've got. Yeah, did all that. Went away for a few years, did a few other things, and as Josh said, he wore me down, and eventually I caved and came in. 5 years later, here I am still. So loving being here with this group. Yeah, that's pretty much how I got here.
I just wanted to go back there a little bit for a moment, Hayden. The thing that you did in between, like you went from concrete grinding and demolition work, and then you did a couple of other things, but one of them was very, very different, but actually complements in what you're doing now. What was that?
Hairdressing. He was a hairdresser.
So before I was here, I was actually building race simulators and driver training units. So I was doing a lot of computer programming and a lot of drive testing, as Josh likes to call it. Yeah, for a lot of the V8 supercar drivers, F1 drivers, all that sort of stuff for them to train on. So all the high-end fun toys, which is why it was so hard for Josh to get me away.
Absolutely, because I used to go in there and say, Hayden, you should come work for us. And they'd be like, hey, Jack, you got any jobs going?
Yeah, you're sitting there cruising on a Daytona machine trying to get him to sign an employment contract. So, look, as probably most customers are aware, we do quite a few machine upgrades. Various upgrades, different machines. I was wondering, what's a couple near and dear to your heart? What's a couple of favourites?
Well, look, big block's definitely up there. Yeah, I love seeing a nice, big 15 kilowatt motor roll out the door. That's always nice. But look, for the general guys out there, the most common ones are your light kits, your demo head upgrades, things like that. Yeah, the wheel kits are obviously really, really common. Yeah, for guys out there, everyone needs them. But yeah, probably the unusual sort of upgrade that people don't really probably know about much. Things like the solid pins for the wheel pins that we have that you guys will all see soon. We have a lot of protection parts for your RC machines, stop you from breaking things on your controllers. There's just so many. There's so many good things.
About vacuums with motor changes and...
Well, you got your old 5500 motor inversions, give you a bit of ground clearance. They're always nice. But look, it's you can't go past a 55T, let's be honest. It's why play around with that when you can go a new one.
This is like a episode of Pip My Ride.
That's all we do, really. You bring a machine in, it comes out beautiful.
Yeah. No, I see it a lot, mate. It's really good. Yeah, everyone enjoys getting the machines upgraded, that's for sure.
Absolutely. But yeah, the most common upgrades, I reckon. Like hits, big blocks, demo heads, things like that.
What's the most commonly asked question you get?
When's my machine ready? It's been here 5 minutes.
Look, it's got to be my machine doesn't turn on. What do I do? Yeah. That's the most common question I get every day. Followed very, very closely, like it's not far, it's neck and neck here, but behind the RCD keeps tripping. What's that from? So yeah, they're the everyday questions that I get, that's for sure. Yep. But yeah, the interesting ones, probably, when, hey, my machine doesn't turn on, you start doing all the fault finding, and next thing, you're talking to a customer and they're telling you about their generator, and you're going, it's a really quiet generator. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's not on.
I've just...
Exactly.
So it's breaking.
Hang up! Hang up!
This wasn't a question from Kurt once, was it?
No.
Mate, I've asked,
Not once.
I've asked some of the most silliest questions to Hayden, because sometimes it's easier to ask Hayden and work out the problem than trying to with the 1,000 other things that are going on sometimes. And then it's actually something really simple, and you're like, yeah, well, I didn't do my diagnostics very right, did I? But that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it, eh?
That's the beauty of having Hayden, at your fingertips, and you can ask all these technical questions, because I know myself every day, and Hayden will know how many times I call him throughout the days. I say to my customers, I'll ask Hayden. So, Hayden, you make me look good, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's a hard job, but I can do it. It's all right.
But in saying that, I want to know what your favourite fix is. What is the moment where you thought, man, this is really puzzling me, and then you broke through the barrier and you found the solution for that particular problem?
Probably, I think it stems back quite a way back, but I think it was when I finally got my head around all of the components in an RC grinder, to the point now where I can almost tell you every single wire goes and what it does. And that bugged me for a long time, that I didn't know where it all was. So I spent a lot of time, my own time, down here, because I really wanted to work this out. And to me, that was actually a really good moment, because it's helped me a lot, and obviously helped our customers in knowing all of that. And it was just the niggly little thing that bugged me, that I didn't know all this stuff about this black box that was mysterious. And now I know. So yeah, awesome. That's probably my proudest sort of fixed moment, short of helping with all the great things that come out of the workshop, and helping with all the upgrade parts that we make and build and design and all that sort of stuff. That's I love doing that as well. But no, that was probably my real moment where I went, hey, this is good. I've got this.
Yeah. For those people who don't know Hayden or have tried to get a hold of Hayden, which he's very hard of, because he gets 1 million phone calls a day. Mm-hmm. If you want to call him 11 o'clock at night when he's still in the workshop fixing stuff. 11 o'clock at night is always a good time.
Can you put his number on the screen?
I was going to mention it's a really good point though, Milan, when you're saying he makes us look good. But yeah, it's important that everyone realises that we're a little bit of an extension of Hayden, and I know obviously if Hayden has sales queries and things like that, he comes to us, and then obviously if we get technical issues and stuff, we can quite easily fall back to Hayden as well. So yeah, absolutely, it is definitely a very handy thing to be able to do.
100%, Mike. I agree. Yeah, I think it's so special to have someone like Hayden in the industry who has all the machine knowledge and has been heavily involved in always upgrading and improving machines and also educating us sales guys and also customers with a lot of great information that we would never be able to work out unless we had a brain like Hayden, because But I do have a question for you, Hayden.
Yeah,
I have a question because I've been around for a little while, so I've seen you do some cool stuff. What is the biggest grinder you worked on?
Well, that would have to be, two parts to this answer. Biggest push machine would be one I'm currently working on, a ScanMaskin 1000. And then I have had the pleasure of working on the HCC 1500 ride-on, which was very interesting because there's a lot of stuff going on that machine that I had to work out. But luckily, we had a customer who had nice big problems of, not running, not doing this, not doing that. Got the machine down here and, within a couple of days, up and running, and off it went. And last I heard, still going, which is good.
Nice. I like it.
Awesome.
Good stuff. So on top of that, obviously you have these machines, and people always wondering, well, how can he pick up a machine that he's never worked on and fix the problem? From a diagnostics point of view, is there much similarity within the way the machines work, or how do you make this work?
A lot of them do run similar, I call it setups, but with how they run, how they the RC sides work, they're all reasonably similar. A lot of them are off-the-shelf units, so there's a lot of information out there that I could have access to. But when it's not, an example is that HCC 1500, it literally just comes down to experience, really, knowing what all the components inside that box are and what they do, and between them all, and just working it out, basically. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of drawings for a lot of these things and wiring diagrams and things, so it's all just up here, unfortunately. Just general knowledge of working on all these machines. You learn little bits, and it all just ties together. And next thing you know, you're basically able to know what they're doing and why they're doing it and why it's not working.
I thought you were going to say something like Kurt says about concrete. You've got to listen to it and just listen to what that machine's saying.
Well, when they're not working, they're pretty quiet. Unfortunately, they don't say a lot.
Well, they do. They do say a lot. We've had some pretty deep conversations. Hayden, I wanted to say something from a contractor's point of view that's had the presence of working with you for quite a while now, from the get-go, and how important it's been for my business and my growth, and to have someone like you within my organisation, and WORX as well, another tool in the kit. Just the way I say to guys out there to have extra tools in your kit and leverage off everyone. It's beneficial for your business. If you're a contractor that hasn't dealt with Hayden yet, deal with him, because it can make your life a lot easier. Concentrate on getting the floors done and leave the machinery to the guys that know what's going on. So thanks for everything, brother. I really appreciate it, because you have got me out of a lot of pickles. And this is Hayden's phone number up on screen now. If you've got any problems, give me a call.
It is, however, no longer a toll-free number.
Thanks, Kurt. No, it's been good. It's been good working with you guys.
Oh, that's really.
I'll give you a hug, but
sad face.
Yeah. One last thing. What is the next thing that we can expect out of the workshop? Like, as in, new thing. Like,
one project that I secretly am working on. Biggest thing, and I found it myself when I was grinding, was nothing worse than having to open the cabinet door to see how many amps you're pulling, isn't it? It's the worst thing ever. You've got to run this machine with the door open. If it's an RC, the handlebar's in the way. Wouldn't it be great to have a remote screen that tells you how many amps you're pulling?
Yes.
Self-explanatory as to how good it would be. So that's a little one that is in the pipeline.
That's awesome.
So you're telling me this machine can tell you how many amps you pull in if you open up the what?
The door. The door that you don't get a key for when you buy them?
Kurt's like, there's a door?
There's a door? I've spoken to a lot of guys before where they're like, the computer can actually tell you?
It can tell you a lot. It can tell me even more.
Exactly.
Yeah. What does it say on your main screen? Where's that? on your computer.
Hello.
Where's the computer?
Is that a 42-inch screen? What am I looking for?
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Can you open the door on the computer box for us?
No.
Oh, I've never done that before. That would be a life changer for many contractors.
Absolutely.
Hayden, thanks for joining us. I know you probably got 15 missed calls just in this short amount of time, so we'll let you go. Thanks again, all the contractors, myself, Mike, Daniel, all of us. We appreciate what you do, and not just yourself, but the team behind in the workshop. You're doing a great job and making the industry excel and making life easier for the contractors. So guys, if you have a machine problem, don't be afraid to reach out to myself, Mike, or Daniel, and hopefully we can help you out. Until next week, see you later. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Hayden.